So it's now the 25th of January and the sun has come out. I have not seen the sun now on a mild morning in a long time, and it's an absolute pleasure to be out feeding cattle on the 25th of January in this kind of weather. Now, a little update on the cow. The cow is across the way there, still in the same position. Now she's definitely improving. We're going to lift her today. Now I'll pre-warn you, I'm going to add to this now a video that I made on Monday, which was the 23rd of January. We did lift her in the field and it was a success, and we lay her back down again. She was obviously still weak, but it was great. We had her standing for an hour and I've it all recorded, so I'm going to put it onto this video here now. So I'm very pleased with how it worked out, and we're going to try it again today. Now I gave her a day's rest yesterday, so she's had to be giving her nuts there this morning, so she's eating her nuts, and I gave her some nice haylage. They're eating haylage here now as well. Hopefully now things are looking good. Now she was very weak when I lifted her, but she was in good spirits the day I did it, and she was in good spirits after. So you can judge for yourselves now. At some stages of the video it looked a little bit precarious, but I can assure you that it needed to be done. I wanted the blood circulating in her legs and for her to get the use of her legs again before she has fully improved to get rising and working and going and walking again herself. So it's a bit of a physiotherapy kind of a setup for cows. So I'll add it to it now, and we'll chat again soon. So good morning. We are now the 25th of January. Now I'm doing a voiceover on this video because it's very choppy and changey, and there was a lot of editing in it that I'm not really used to. So basically what I'm showing you there is, and what the plan is, I'm going to, or what I did on Monday. Today's Wednesday. What I did on Monday was I lifted the cow, and first of all, now I'll just explain that this was all done very correct and right. Now we had all the proper equipment. We had a block and tackle, we had a hip clamp, and because we were in the middle of a field, we set up some building scaffolding around her, and that's what we used to hoist her up. So basically this is me getting organised. I had help arriving very shortly. And hang on now, I get a swig of this coffee. I'm on the coffee this morning now because this last few days now, this cow has been taking up most, if not all, of my time, mentally anyhow. Well, the story at the minute is, anyhow, she's still down, but she's definitely improving. She's a lot brighter in herself. But on Monday here, she was, I suppose, similar as she is today. She, you can see that she's brightening herself there now. So I'm basically setting up the clamp on her hips. That hip clamp is a great device. It basically goes in under their hip, and you can tighten it down onto their hip and onto their upper thigh, which is painless. And basically, because she's in calf, it allows us to rise her without having to go in under her belly and cause any damage to her. So basically I'm just there putting a little bit of tension on the clamp before the help arrives. Now I have a halter there in front in case she takes an ocean, which I doubt very much, but we can never be too sure, and always cautious and take precautions. So yeah, my help is about to arrive now any second, if I remember correctly on this video how it goes. So there we go now. Basically our help has arrived, and I have him standing on the end of the scaffolding there while I get myself organised and start putting a little bit of tension on that hip clamp. So I'm conscious here now that safety is obviously number one for the cow and ourselves, to make sure that everything is working out okay. And So far so good. So I'm about to start lifting her back end there now. And also, yeah, with my hammer I'm baiting down them joints in that scaffolding as well, just to be sure, and double checking every time that everything, now that the pressure or the weight is coming on the scaffolding, that nothing's going to come loose or cause any issues. So he's grabbing the rope there now, so I'm going to continue to pull on this chain now. You can see now that the back end, she's starting to notice it there now, that she can find the lift. So at this stage now, we're still kind of discussing exactly how we're going to go about this and make sure that she is in no real discomfort throughout the whole lifting process. Now, for some people out there, they might say, God almighty, that looks desperate. But to leave her on the ground like that, even when she comes around again and she's fit to get up, the legs of her will be gone and wasted, and the strength, if they don't get the proper blood supply, will waste away, and she'll never get up. So basically, I have just realised there that I'm going to need help on the front end as well. Her front legs were very weak. I only really kind of realised that as we had the back end up. So we have our back end up fully there now, and you can see that the front looks very precarious now and uncomfortable at the minute, but I can assure you that she wasn't. So we put a strap down underneath her front breastbone there, around and up and over the scaffolding bars, and we're now just trying to pull on that strap. Now it's not that difficult. That strap was wet and them scaffolding bars are kind of not so smooth, so I'm going to go in tight to her here now and start to lift her. Now we can see now at this stage now she's starting to realise what her job is now, and she's almost putting the legs underneath her. So throughout this whole process now, I've chopped out a bit of the footage because there's a lot of pausing in between each kind of shift and lift to try and get her the blood circulating down into her legs, and for her to help us along in the process. So now you can see she's already starting to move her legs, and there's a certain amount of weight down on her still. So the idea here is now that the back end there now, there's very, very little weight. So we've taken about 90% of our weight and just allowed her back legs to touch the ground slightly, and the same in front. So what's great about this block and tackle is that you can literally give her more pounds weight or take away pounds weight with each pull of the chain. As you pull the chain, up she goes by a half an inch at a time, or down she goes half an inch at a time, and I find it very, very good. So I'm going around here now, I'm almost kicking tires of a car here. Basically what I'm at here now is just to see what kind of tension I have on her legs, or what weight she is taking. So she has a nice bit of weight on her back legs. Not too much, obviously. And you can see actually now she's standing there fairly comfortable. She's square in the front and she's slightly widened in the back, which is good. So that's her holding herself steady with the wider stance. So yeah, so it all worked out fairly well, and we're very pleased with how it worked out, with the tools that we had. So much so that you'll find now in a second, we're just checking on the tension there now, so there's little to no pressure on that strap there now. So she is taking 90% of her weight. We're basically just balancing her that she wouldn't just fall to the left or to the right. So we're just holding her slightly, and she can then lift her legs and stand, and you can see her lifting each leg there now and getting herself straightened out and comfortable. So yeah, and we can notice her back is straightened out there now as well, so there's no hump on her back, so she's holding her weight evenly. At the start there now she was slightly arched, which would suggest that she was up at the back and down in the front, but now she's straightened out, and she's starting to move the legs. So now you can also notice as well how comfortable she is, that she sees some hay or silage in front of her and she's literally going to go eating. So that was great to see. obviously we didn't want to distress the cow, but I think now with all the handling, she was a kind of a nervous cow, always. But she was never one to stand and allow me catch her or give her a rub or check her pins if she was going to calf. But since she's gone down, I suppose she's gotten used to me a lot more and gotten used to the handling. So basically, there she's there eating her hay now, and she's about 90% of her own weight she's taken. Now the long and short of the story is, now she went back down again. We took away the clamp, we took away the strap. She was left in there standing, and I stood in tight to her, and when she went to walk, she lost her balance and she came down again. So basically we took the scaffolding down from around her, and we straightened her up and made her comfortable again. So that is the position that she's in still to this day. Now I have moved her left and moved her right and changed her and spun her around and fed her, and she's definitely brighter. And we're going to try and lift her again today. Now I didn't lift her the day after, but yesterday now I found that she was definitely a happier looking cow having been lifted that day. So I've just given her a bit more hay there now in front of her, so she's continuing to pick away. Now after that, now we gave her a bucket of nuts. Now she ate her nuts in that position, and she drank some water, and we left her hanging there, or standing there, excuse me, and we left her standing there for it was a good hour, which was just long enough, I think. So I'm going to do the same thing again today. Now leave her there hanging, I don't know why I say hanging, but leave her there standing for another hour this morning, and see how we get on. I'm hoping now that there might be that bit more progress, or it mightn't be as, not stressful, but I suppose stressful on me. I'll kind of know how she operates now at this stage. So basically that's nearly the end of the video here. Now I have to be careful that I don't overrun and be continuing to talk when it's all over. So basically I will just thank everybody for their lovely comments of support, and if I didn't get answering all the messages, I promise you I did read them all. It's just that I've been busy. I kind of felt that I have neglected the rest of the cattle. Not so much that I neglected the rest of the cattle, only that this has been taking up a lot of my mental space and time this few days. So this morning now we're going to get the cows moving, get them fed, get back into our routine again. The bulls are at home here. They're perfectly fine. I'm going to take a video of them and show you that there's no swelling on their stones, and they're happy enough. They get moved every other day, and I'm giving them a handful of nuts each to keep things motoring. So this video is nearly over, so I'm going to say for now that thank you everybody, and I'll say good luck. So this is her now this morning. You can see she's eating away there now again. She's after having her nuts, and this is her before we lift her again today. So she's happy and she's comfortable, and a great day. So we'll chat very soon. So for now I'll say good luck and goodbye.